We've all set through answers that go in circles before finally landing.
A lot of times they ramble because they're not prepared. And then they're talking in circles because they haven't even worked out an outline.
Strong communicators do the opposite. We start with the line, and that's what earns them the time.
The first line is the attention getter. If you can't hook them, you've lost them.
She's worked with students, leaders, entrepreneurs, and everyday professionals, guiding them with pastoral care, attention.
My job is to deliver the lesson. You can be jumping up and down, screaming, doing whatever. I said, that's not my problem. But that is not education. Education is connection.
Hello and welcome back to Speak Up and Stand Out, the show where we explore how communication builds confidence and confidence transforms lives. I'm Navin the Iceman, and today's theme is Lead with the Line. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I have the lovely Susila as my co-host here today. She's the founder of Dare to Speak Academy. Hi Susila, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, Navin. I'm so happy to be here today. Our theme today, Lead with the Line. It's about communication, having a clear, audience-centric sentence, which becomes like what we call a through line. And we're going to talk a lot about it. And our guest today is one person who gets along fabulously with everybody. It doesn't matter who they are, all walks of life.
Yeah, I know that personally because, I just met her and she's already like broken the ice immediately, right? So I think she has a knack for it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mary Thomas.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary, how are you?
Glad to be here with both of you. And I love your necklace.
Oh, it's not the focal point of the show, yeah? Okay.
But that's the starting point.
Yeah, it is.
But it's good to know too.
Yeah.
All right. So before we dive in, let's start light, okay? Mary, what's the funniest or most unexpected answer you've ever heard in one of your classrooms?
It was actually a challenge, actually. I was speaking and then students got their grammar all wrong. So I said, okay, listen, we've got 3 levels to the verb, the action word. You got the present, the past, and the past perfect. And they say, yeah, we know.
Okay.
So I said, okay. Then we went through the simple ones. We were fine. And then I said, okay, sing, sang, sung. Do you know what happened?
No, please let us know.
A student stood up and said, you are wrong.
Oh.
I said, all right, okay, do you want to bet? And she told me yes. So I said, how much? And she said, $10. I said, okay, all right. So I said, what is the answer then? She said, sing, sang, sang.
Sang. Wow.
Sang.
Okay. Then I said, what do the rest of you think? We think you are right.
Of course, because you are the teacher.
Okay. So I made a sentence for them. All right?
That's right.
So that it's in context.
Yes.
Then they say, yeah, that's it. And she said, yeah, I'm wrong.
Oh.
Okay. Then it was the end, She said, I'll pay you. I said, no, you're not going to pay me. It's just a classroom exercise. Yeah. Okay. Do you know what happened?
No.
The following week, she comes to class. She knows I like to eat bread at that time. And she comes to class the following week with a loaf of bread.
Okay.
And she said, this is for you. I said, oh my goodness. She said, yes, I owe you this at least.
But did she give you the $10 that she lost?
No, she wanted to. She wanted to. I told her, no, it is a learning issue.
Yeah, nice story it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's nice that you got the response from her because she probably realized that sometimes we, but quite
daring.
Not daring, actually,
Yes.
that's the word. So, we also dare to speak. So quite good. She's quite daring.
I would say it's confidence there, right?
Yes.
To challenge the teacher. And I know I've done it quite a few times. Like when I was studying, I challenged my teachers multiple times.
No, but I think there are 2 things here. There's confidence and comfort.
Yes.
She
of
was
course.
comfortable with
Comfortable
me.
with
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is because of the kind of relationship you have.
yeah,
And that is exactly why we say that Mary should be our guest. Yes, because you get along with everybody,
So let's move on, okay? And while we're on the topic of teaching and of course in class, I'm sure there's a lot of phrases that people use, or even in everyday life. If you had the power to ban one overused phrase forever, okay, what would it be?
In the Singapore context, it would be "god meh." But otherwise, if they are using the proper English, they would say yes, yes, yes. And you say, hello, can you think of something else? Yes, sir.
Oh, you mean they use it as a filler?
Yes.
You just did it.
Yeah, they use it as a filler, and it's so boring because you become too predictable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my focus then shifts from what you are saying to when is the yes coming. Right.
Yeah, without realizing that yes has a meaning similar to actually.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
another one.
Yeah.
I have to share this one. Once I was doing some training and I asked each of them to introduce themselves. So they got up and said, I'm this. Then this lady got up. Actually, I'm Mary. Sorry, same name. So I said, otherwise, who are you?
Yeah.
And the whole class laughed and she looked at me and she didn't realize what I was saying. So I said, I'm sorry because you said actually. So I thought you had another name, So it has a meaning, and that's one of the things we talk about when we say in making good presentations, that's one of the things you need to eliminate.
Yes,
That's fillers.
correct.
We all have it anyway.
Yes,
Not to
yes.
say we are perfect and we don't have fillers.
There's one more that they love, and that is okay, okay.
Yeah.
But it's positive. It's a smart thing to use, because when you say okay, very few people will say no.
Okay.
There you go.
I know. Suddenly I can feel that awkward silence
I
because
was like trying to control myself from saying okay. Right. So, okay. Yeah, see, I'm stuck with that word now.
You are.
Okay. All right. Mary, let me start with something very basic, okay?
Yes.
Why language and communication? Was there a calling? Would you mind sharing with us how you got started?
Okay. I was in school. Prior to that, of course, my parents gave us books to read, and I love Annie Blyton. Every book she has written, I've read it. And then when you're growing up, there is this pressure, you must be a science student and etc. And you got to do experiments. I would sit there, I wouldn't know what to do, but it's team, so the team does and I'm all right. Then it came to practicals. I did my own experiment. My teacher then came to me and said, what are you doing? I said, why? Is it not right? She said, no, not at all. And my science was horrible at the O levels, but my England was very good. My English was superb. And I knew literature was the answer to reality.
Yeah.
So I pursued that A levels and then, of course, to the university.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So you must get people to read, not play with the phone anymore. And TikToking is not going to do anything very much for anybody.
Trust me, I know that. I have a kid who doesn't read at all. I tried and tried. Yeah.
But reading is something.
Yeah.
The parents have to also,
Yes, instill.
do it. Yeah. Because when they see the parents doing it, the kids will also follow. I feel that is something a bit lacking. It doesn't matter even if it's by using the screen to read. At least there's some reading.
I need to add,
Sure.
Susila, you know what happened? I have this habit of reading to sleep. Okay? So when the kids were born, they were in our room. And then as they grew up, they had their own room, but they're all small things. Then they'll come to the bed and say, Mom, can I lie down with you? I say, of course. So they're lying down and I'm reading. Then you know what happens? They will run down from the bed, go and get their plastic book.
You see?
Come to me and say, Mom, you read. I was very happy. So I read. It became a habit.
Oh, lovely.
And then I said, hello, I'm not reading anymore. You learn to read. And that is how they have learned the love of reading.
Fantastic.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice,
that's very good advice for all parents out there.
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Yeah, right.
yes.
Yeah, I think you should instill it as soon as you can,
Yes.
and don't give them the screen.
I mean, you have to have the screen
yeah.
a little bit.
Yes, a bit of both.
Yes.
I mean,
But I think-
tactically, if you help them or guide them towards the right content, it really helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think reading, because we always see it as you have to be something that you do alone.
Yep.
So I think parents can help as well. I think like what Mary was sharing, if they don't have the time, then during whenever they're having meals and all
Yes.
that, get to talk about what they have read.
Yes.
Then it becomes a conversation as well,
Yeah.
and encourages the child to think, hey, maybe this is something I should be
Yes,
doing
yes.
more because I'm getting a chance to talk. So it also builds confidence. So
Yeah.
it's not just reading, but building confidence and vocabulary.
Correct.
You don't have to
Correct.
end there,
Yes.
Well, you know what? That's an amazing takeaway from what we just talked about.
Mary has been in Temasek Poly for more than 30 years, is it?
Yes.
And she has this unique way of connecting with every student and any student for that matter. So anyway, that one she can talk about later. What happened was that there was this, because Temasek Poly is celebrating its 35th anniversary. So they do this post, what they call social media posts, where they have the picture and they have some achievements of current staff as well as, partners and all that. So she was featured in one of them. And so, we are all responding. So I went in and I said, you are the GOAT, GOAT. And I had a few people, no kidding, a few people who messaged me separately and say, Susila, why you wrote GOAT? She's not a goat, what? Why you say that? So I said, hey, it's greatest of all time.
Were they thinking kambing?
They were
Yes.
thinking the kambing and
Aiyo,
wondering why I was referring to her as the...
To all my friends out there, just to let you know, when we were younger, being called kambing was not a good thing.
Yes.
But now being called a goat,
It's good.
it's good. Yeah. Times change.
So that's my goat story about Mary. Maybe you want to ask her.
This
lot
Susila
more.
can exaggerate a little
Yes,
bit.
please do. Yeah, please let us know your goat story. We'd like to know about it.
My job is to deliver the lesson.
Yes.
I can deliver it and walk out.
Yeah.
You can be jumping up and down, screaming, doing whatever. I said, that's not my problem. Right? But that is not education. Education is connection.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, how many classes can I connect with? I can only connect with maximum maybe 6. That is just 120, 150 students. In an institution with about 14,000 students, that is not connection. And I find that many students are kind of lost.
Yeah.
So I used to send them email messages, and I get access to all the students in every school. So I send them messages, greetings for the festivals. Mondays, I tell them we are in a new week, and etc., etc. So they felt very happy that there is somebody. They don't know who it is, but there is somebody.
They never figured it out.
They
don't
were
know.
finally
Eventually,
yeah.
yeah.
They don't know what she looks like.
Yeah.
But they know the name Mary Thomas.
Yeah, but my own students know that. Then what is amazing is when they have an issue, they come to you.
Yes.
They send an email. What do I do when I have this? Then you can advise them. And then after a while, when they know who you are, it is actually quite wonderful to see the girls running, coming to you and giving you a hug.
So to add on to what Mary mentioned, there are students who, when we are talking and all that, and they will say, they will ask me, Miss Chris, who is Mrs. Mary Thomas? That's how I knew, because I didn't know, because you were just sending to the students.
Yeah,
staff
not to
don't
staff,
get.
yeah.
So they were like, why? Do you want to know who she is? She's in business school. Then, this was then. So I said, then they said, oh, it's because we get messages from her before the exam. I'm already so nervous. I'm thinking, and then I get this beautiful message saying, I pray for you. I'll pray for you.
Yeah.
And she said, it really, I don't know whether she knows who I am. They'll say these things. And I think that is what, you
Yes,
did,
yes,
and I
yes.
agree that connection,
Yeah.
the emotional connection that we have with our
Yes,
learners,
yes.
with anybody for that matter.
Even in industry, you need it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
and
true.
and it's fantastic that you did that for each and every student. I mean, you can connect with them.
Yeah.
I really wish I had someone to do that for me when I was studying. Right? It would have helped so much.
Yeah.
I
No,
think,
but you must always understand. Many people will look at it as, "Oh, you are such a busybody."
No, I
not-
don't think
not
so. I
really.
don't think so.
As long as you're
Not
as
the
long as
students. I'm talking of staff.
Of course, they will find fault in anything anyway. I mean, do good. No,
Yes.
not nice. Don't do good also.
I mean, honestly speaking, maybe in the earlier days it was a bit harder, right? But I think with technology,
Yes.
you have the ability to reach out to so many people. It's fantastic.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Fantastic what you've done. Yeah. So there's a very clear difference in the way you teach students and adults, right? Okay. What are the most common hurdles poly students face in speaking up, and what's one exercise you swear by to build confidence quickly?
I think it's not just poly students. I think it is a norm here. They find it very frightening to stand in front of a group of people. And whatever you say, it is still a frightful situation, not just for them, but it's also for us. So one thing I tell them is, you cannot be speaking with your head down. Right?
Yes.
You cannot be looking at your script. You need to connect. And you are afraid to look at them because they may be doing monkey business, smiling, doing all kinds of things to unnerve you. But you must be able to look at them here,
Yep.
the forehead. Don't look at their eyes, just look at the forehead. And they will think you are looking at them. Turn your head, look at everybody, and they think, wow, you're so confident. And that is the essence. And there is always this thing about, I'm standing like I'm in the army.
Yes.
Yeah.
I cannot move.
Yes.
I tell them, hey, hello, this whole space is yours.
Yes.
You are the king here. All right? The most effective position is center of the class, because then I can look back and I can look forward. I am in full control. And after a while, they get comfortable.
Mary, what you're sharing here is what our business is now, what we are telling our learners. And it's amazing that even adults who have gone through, proper education, they have been taught this. When they come and they start to speak, that's the first thing they do. They look down.
Yes.
Or they tell you straight away, because that's their needs, right? Whenever we have the needs analysis kind of thing. And they will say, I have no problem, I have no problem. I know what to say. I have my content. But it's just that whenever I stand up, I see a crowd,
Yes.
I freeze.
Yes.
So then you see, it's no more just telling them about this.
yes.
It's also building their confidence.
Correct.
And I find that emotional connection that you mentioned earlier on, that is what I sort of spend a lot of time working.
Yes.
With whenever I have learners who say that they want to build confidence and they want to learn something where they know everything. I know where to look. I know what to do. So then it is more helping them to be calm. And how do you help them to, manage their nerves? It's, again, a very emotional thing.
I add on,
Sure.
Because as a human being, you can make mistakes.
Of course.
Yeah.
And as soon as you make a mistake, you will find your mannerism changes,
Of course.
right? And I tell them, hey, hello, it's all right. You made a mistake, it's fine. You can stand there and say, sorry, that's not right. Let me repeat that.
Yeah.
And the moment you do that, you have got them on your side.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's a matter of confidence now,
Yes.
that I can trust you,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just let's say if a student had a 5-minute presentation tomorrow, right? They don't have much time to prepare for it, and you were to give some advice on your go-to structure,
Yes.
okay, and a prep routine to help the student. What would it be?
Yeah.
I would ask them to use age miss. Okay. Now wait. Age miss for me means AG is for attention getter. E in age is your actual element.
Okay.
All right. And the MS is your memorable statement. Your closure.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And I tell them there is no way you can do a presentation unless you can see yourself. Right? If you have a full-length mirror at home,
Yes.
stand in front of that and practice. That you can see this is how I look. So you're not uncomfortable, you know you're confident. Otherwise, at least look at your face because you have mannerisms that you are unaware of. Other people look at you and you're doing it in front of the audience and they are laughing and you don't know why. But if I look at myself and I see I'm doing that, I know, hey, hello, this one cannot. I have to remove this. I have to be a little bit more clear in how I approach and how I present myself.
Mary, this is something that the mirror. Sometimes they will say, "I don't have a full length mirror,"
Yes,
and all that.
true.
So another thing that would be a little bit more something that they are all very familiar is to record themselves.
Yes.
Yes.
So they put the camera in front and they simulate the
Yes.
whole thing. Whether they are
Yes.
going to, if let's say there's a lectern,
Yes.
they will put the books and all that, and a
Yes.
height, and then they practice.
Yes.
And that's where I think all these things that you mentioned, excellent, because they can review.
Yes.
So a lot of times we tell them record, review.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is one of the things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, fantastic. So, we've spoken about this quite a bit, right? I mean, recording yourself or speaking to yourself in
Yes,
the mirror
yes.
or
In
drawing
our-
a picture and putting up there. And it's, if you've been watching the episodes, you know, it's always repeated.
Yes.
Okay, because it's a tested and proven
Yes.
method.
Yes.
And I think you all should adapt it as well.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So now let's move on. Okay. Mary, what makes a strong first line? Okay. And why does it matter so much?
As I mentioned to you, the first line is the attention getter, right?
Yeah.
And
Which
if you
is your hook.
don't, it's the hook. If you can't hook them, you've lost them. Right? So, for example, you don't have to say anything. You can come to class, you bring an apple, nice apple, and you ask them, what is this? And they say, yeah, it's an apple. And you say, you've heard, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, right? So it is good for the health. The earth is an apple. You and I are not looking after this apple will fry. And it's the end of your tomorrow and my today.
Wow.
Okay? So you have caught them already, and it's just an apple.
Yeah. It's just
Right? It's just an apple.
it's what we call in the professional world an icebreaker.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
And lots of, it's a metaphor, and there are
Yes.
lots of, it's very vivid, you see.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so descriptive.
And they remember,
vivid.
yes.
And they will remember it. And
yeah.
anytime you ask them, they
Yes.
will remember.
Yes.
And that's how you make them also learn. You see, because
Yes.
they're learning from your own, what
Exactly.
they are observing
Yeah.
and what they are learning from you. So they would have picked it up as
Yeah.
well. That's a very good technique, yeah? As the founder of Dare to Speak Academy, I've seen how powerful it is when young people find their voice. That's why I've created these programs to transform their public speaking and confidence in just 8 weeks. For ages 8 to 10, our conversation champions. For ages 11 to 15, the Speak Up Squad. And for ages 16 to 20, the Step Up Launchpad. All our courses come with a money-back guarantee if your child does not achieve the intended outcomes. Click the link below to find out more about these programs.
Okay, so there are instances where people actually start rambling on and on instead of leading with a line. Okay, why is it so? Why do you think so?
A lot of times they ramble because they're not prepared. And they know they have to present, so I just talk. And then they're talking in circles because they haven't even worked out an outline. I always tell them, you got to have your outline, but you got to work out the entire script. Because when you
Right.
work out your entire script, you can see the flow. You can see the connection of one paragraph to the next and the meaning that is being conveyed. Even the best speakers must do this. I think Trump should learn how to do it. Never mind. Right? Yeah. Okay. And there's one more thing I always tell them. There is this idea that the more I say, the better it is. That's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
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 You must always remember 3 is all I need to share.
Yes.
The first 3 things. Because when you say, I only got 3 things to tell you, the students or the people who are listening, they're very happy because it's easy as ABC and it's simple as 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Every method that we're using at Dare to Speak is our play. And it also comes in line with our topic for today.
So when we say lead with the line, essentially is a through line that tells people what this thing is about. Okay? And also what are some decisions that need to be made and why it matters to the people. So for example, let's use our skills also for today. We're going to look at point, proof, picture. Okay? So point here, maybe I just give an example. Let's say it's an email. So let's say my sentence is like this. I'm seeking approval from you to have a 2-week training for our students, let's say for our students in oral presentation, to raise their oral presentation skills or their presentation skills. So that is my point. So my proof is I need to convince, right? So my proof, I'm saying, we did this 2 years ago, or we did this 2 semesters ago, where we found that the students had stepped up and learned a lot, and we have the evidence to prove this.
stats.
Okay, so that's the proof. And the third one is the picture, because they need to know, hey, why does it matter to me now, right? So that's where I say, when they start speaking, even the quieter ones will be making very good presentations, and you can see the way they handle the Q&A effectively. So that's our 3 Ps.
Wow, fantastic. That's well done. And it ties up with the topic for today.
Yes.
Right? And you know what? Let's move on to another question from Mary, right? Think of someone you coach who struggled with clarity, okay? And using this methodology that we have, what turned it around for them?
Very good point. One thing was looking at themselves in the mirror. That gave them confidence. That's one thing. Number 2 is telling them, look at the triangle, the forehead. You think I'm looking at you, but I'm not. All right? And I'm safe. The safety issue is very important. Yeah. And the third thing is practice. If they practice and practice and practice, you don't have to worry after that.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you want to say. The rest I can control.
I'm just going to tie up with what Mary has said, because I think we have said this in a few of our episodes, where I think that's essentially because I shared this quite boldly, that I'm a practice person.
Yeah.
I feel that is very important. Not that we need to practice how to walk and all that, but when you're making an important presentation, you're going to make a pitch, you can't just rely on your own confidence, even though we all are at this stage in our life where we can say, I know what to talk about. Even for that kind of situation, I will still practice.
Yes.
And I like the way when you mentioned that, focus on the practice and not just take the thing and practice one time and say, okay, I've done it, I've practiced.
Yeah.
Practice can be any time, every time. When you're eating the food, you run
Correct.
the you run the
when
thoughts in your mind, and when you're doing nothing, you're just sitting down, loafing around, you run it in your head. And so practice becomes, of course, I also believe in the old school practice, which is simulation into that situation. But I think I pay a lot of attention to practice, and cannot, something that I would not discard or ignore.
Yes, I think at the end of the day, we must remember practice makes perfect.
Yes.
Whoever came up with that line, that's the reason why they came up with that line.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to our next segment. Okay. And I think I'm going to modify the question a little bit. I'm going to ask you straightforward. Say that
It's okay.
you must have taught a whole bunch of people, right? And you must have had experiences with some people who have grown massively in their journey, in their educational journey, right? Okay. Do you know of someone who was timid and used to ramble a lot when they used to speak, and then now suddenly they become a very confident speaker?
Sure.
What do you do to help them in their journey?
I think most students have this I'm frightened principle in their mind, you know. And then when they feel comfortable with you, they must first of all feel comfortable with you, that they can trust you and that you're on their side. If they feel that, then they open up. And then surprisingly, they will come to you and ask you, Mrs. Thomas, I've got this presentation to do. What should I do? Can I write and show it to you? I say yes, you know, because now they have got someone they can approach safely. I tell the students, you have got 5 wives and 1 husband.
Yes.
Never forget that, you know. And they say, only 4 wives maximum. I said, no, you got 5 wives. And then only 1 husband. And I said, yes, only 1 husband. Then I said, you must always remember when you're doing anything, you must begin with what, where, when, why, who and how. You know? And I say, why is critical? Why am I doing this? With whom? Where? When? All of these things matter. And your writing up of the presentation is, how do I do it? Yeah? So once they know that, I said, this is not just for me. This is for everything you do in life.
So it's nice, Mary, that they knew that. So the trust aspect that you mentioned earlier on. So I think our learners need to feel the trust.
Yes.
And they know that you have always made yourself approachable and that helped.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think you don't have to make yourself approachable. You are an approachable person.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think that is important. And that's one of the things that we sort of stress. And I think personally, I like to also stress that I believe a lot in rapport.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In having rapport. And you have that rapport, the connection, and that trust. All these 3 things come together. And of course, once they trust you and they know that you are approachable, anything that you come up with, I'm sure if they're in doubt, they will come to you.
Yes.
Sometimes not even anything to do with what they are learning.
Yes.
But like what you mentioned, personal things.
Yes.
So you become like a mother.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Yeah. It's
Which is
fine.
okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
But you know, unfortunately, not everyone has a Mary Thomas to guide them along. And for all of you listening out, if you need someone who will trust in you guys, here's the link for Dare to Speak Academy. Right?
Correct.
Right here.
Correct.
Okay. Right here. Okay. All right. So let's move on to our next segment. We call it the challenge. Okay. And of course, we're gonna challenge you to decode this method that we've been talking about today. Okay, point, proof, and picture. And I think Susila elaborated a little bit about it earlier on.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see how you show us the point, the proof, and the picture in action.
The point is, as I mentioned to you, it's the attention getter,
Yep.
right? So if I am going to talk to you about global warming
Yeah.
and I bring the apple,
Okay.
you are seeing something else. You're just seeing a fruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you say, oh, that's apple. Can I eat it? I say, yes, you're going to eat it and that's going to be the end of it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Because once you consume it, you don't have anything left.
Yep.
And then I say, and that is what global warming is
That's
all
the
about.
proof.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And you can see their eyes opening wide and realizing, yes, this is real. You know? And that is what I think, the picture is there already, you know?
Yes.
Yeah? It's placing the picture. And why do I place the picture at the beginning or at the end? Because if I place the picture at the end, I reiterate it at the end. So they walk away with this apple as the planet I must protect.
And why it matters to them.
And why it matters.
Yeah, why it matters to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it matters not just to me, because it matters to the person. I am borrowing it from somebody. All right? I'm borrowing it from my children. If I finish it, they don't have anywhere else to go to.
Wow.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very deep. You know,
That's deep.
Yeah. Using fruit to teach people.
Yes.
No, but you know, it's very well
Yes.
said. Honestly speaking,
Yes.
I mean, no one would actually think out the box in that way and then capture attention, okay, in a general basis. And you've managed to do it. And like sometimes for all of you who are trying to speak out there, I would like to say, you know, sometimes just think out the box.
Yeah.
You want to capture their attention. You want to get the first line out. Okay, then you want to show them the proof. Okay, and then you want to paint the picture. So hey. This
You
is what
got
today's-
it.
Yeah, of course.
You got your
Yeah,
PPT.
I'm learning. I'm learning from the fantastic guests that we have in Susila here as well, right?
but the best thing about using the ordinary is, you know, they will go to the canteen or whatever, and they will ask others, you know, hey, what is this, huh? You know, and the fellow say, why you ask me such a silly question? It's an apple. And they look at him and they'll tell him, it's not an apple. This is the planet Earth. And then the fellow, explain more. You see, then there is this conversation, there is this development, the realization, climate change, all this. And that's how you build the responsibility to look after.
Okay.
See, now communication is not just that aspect of communicating or just making presentations, but even every other aspect has become part of communication.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So just a quick question off topic.
Yes.
Like, you've used this apple example, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need to keep it fresh and then change to something else? You know. So, 'cause the
every
students are
time there's a different date.
expecting.
Yeah, of course.
What is she going to come up with next?
Yes,
Right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
You must do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's
And
a
that's
must do,
how
right?
you act.
Correct,
Yes.
correct.
Especially if you are speaking to a similar audience or the
Yes.
same audience, right?
Yes.
Okay, I think that you need to. They always say do a little bit of your homework. You know,
Yes, of course.
what can you use to make the topic come alive?
Yes.
You must always remember, you have to take the ordinary and make it extraordinary.
Yes.
And in the Gen Z terms, keep it fresh.
Yes.
Keep it fresh.
Keep it fresh.
Yes, keep it fresh.
Right. Okay, so now let's move on to Founders Corner.
Okay, Founders Corner.
Yeah.
Now, for Founders Corner today, I'm going to share about this project manager that came for training with Dare to Speak Academy. Of course, she came for some other specific training as well. And one of the things she shared is that for her monthly meetings, she would just have her status update. And every time the members come, they spend a lot of time just talking about their status. That means whatever updates they had, and they'll be saying, you know, it's this and that. No decisions made, time wasted because sometimes the meetings were really long. And she was really frustrated. And that was one of the things, you know, she was saying, I need to be more confident. So I told her, no. This one is not just confidence, but you need to have some form of structure. You need to draw very clearly a line. Okay? A line where you decide what is the meeting about.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's essentially leading with the line, right? So I say have a proper audience setting. So in this case, it is the meeting. What is your meeting about? What are the decisions you want to get? And how does this meeting matter? So she tried it, of course, trial and error, and then she got it. Eventually, she found her meetings were moving a lot faster, decisions made, and she shared this and said, finally. So I told her, yes, but you tweak it. It doesn't mean that when we teach or go through with you that that's the way it should work. You tweak it.
Yes.
And she tweaked it. So in a way, their talk is no more fuzzy. It
Yes.
became a little bit more leading towards effective communication.
Yep. Yeah. So, Mary, back to you, right? What's the one line you want every communicator to remember?
I think what is very, very important is I can do it.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
If you don't have that in your head, you'll never be able to do it.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
You must always have that. I can do it. And if you say I can do it, then you must be prepared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Now we are going to move on to one of our favorite segments. Okay. I mean, everything else is our favorite as well. Just this one.
Another favorite.
Yes.
Just gets a little bit more exciting. We call it rapid fire. Okay. So here we go. Okay. Your favorite line or the favorite line you've ever heard.
I can do it.
Okay. Worst ramble you've ever sat through.
I'm going to talk to you about her. I'm going to talk to you about her. I'm going to talk to you about
that's
her.
rambling
The
indeed.
same repetitive word.
Best clarity breakthrough you've coached.
I couldn't do it yesterday. I can do it today.
Wow. Okay.
Nice.
Communication in one word.
Connection.
Yes. And that's you.
Okay. If clarity were an image, what would it be?
If clarity is an image, it would be my eyes.
Okay. I thought she was going to say apple.
That's exactly. And I was going to interrupt and say, is it an apple? But I thought, no, it's your.
I love this. It's fantastic. You know, it's amazing that we have you here. And of course,
Thank you.
Right? We always have this segment that we dare our audiences to do something. And it's time for your dare.
It's time for your dare. In your next meeting or conversation, try, point, prove, picture. One sentence, which is your point. Support with data, steps, or reasons, okay? Picture. Picture would be the visual that helps people feel and understand it. Keep it under 30 seconds, okay? Try it and let us know how it is. Share it with us. Good luck.
That's fantastic. That's your dare. So please try it at home. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's a bit sad, but we've come to the end of the show. And I'll always thank my lovely co-host, Susila Krishnasamy, the founder of Dare
pleasure.
to Speak Academy. She's doing fantastic work, ladies and gentlemen. Please,
you.
if you really need help in speaking, in public speaking, presenting, look for her. Look for Dare to Speak Academy. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's been a pleasure having Mary Thomas here with us today.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Such a beautiful show today.
Thank you.
And I think the people in TP are very, very proud.
Yes.
And they're amazingly excited that I'm sure, hey TP, you all better watch this episode.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, our guest, our co-host, they call me Navin the Iceman. And we see you soon. Remember, speak up and stand out.